Inside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and right now at Koppel, we are offering big discounts on all of our inventory. 2026 GMC Terrains are leasing at $279 per month or buy for $27,690. 2026 Canyons leasing for $269 or buy for $40,980. Also right now, all new Equinox EVs and all half-ton trucks are starting at $12,000 off MSRP. These are just a few examples of some of the aggressive pricing going on right now at Koppel. Please stop on in or check us out at koppelcars.com. All these with $2,500 down with a roof credit.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and chilly with the high near 28. Tonight, increasing cloud cover with a light breeze, a low around 11. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers, otherwise mainly cloudy and breezy with the high near 48. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, March 16th, 2026, and hopefully this is the last cold Monday of the year, Bock.
That's the hope. It is a cold one out there today, especially with the wind.
Yeah, yesterday was brutal. It wasn't bad weather-wise, but wind-wise, it was terrible.
Yeah, it's always the wind. I was thinking about that walking in too. It's like cold is fine, like your ears get a little cold, whatever. You just need to make it to your destination. Wind, there's no running from it. It's just it's coming out to get you, and it feels like you'd rather be anywhere but outside in Lincoln, walking to your destination. But like you said, hopefully this is just a quick spell. Apparently, it snowed yesterday. Apparently, it's supposed to be in the close to 90 degrees on Friday. So here we go.
I heard supposed to be 90 to 95 in Oklahoma City.
Wow, yeah. For the game?
For the game.
Yeah.
So, all right, Buck. Nebraska. What can we say? We made it. Men's and women. Made the tournament. Let's just stay right in the Big Ten tournament for a minute, because when we watched the game Friday from Purdue I just think we need fast starts. We can't afford to be down 20, 15, thinking you're going to be the comeback kid. But the thing that surprised me was Purdue beating Michigan.
Yeah.
Well, Purdue was ranked number 1 at the beginning of the season, Bob.
That's right.
So it's not like this team is any different from any other team, but they found a way to win the tournament.
Yeah, and it is, again, an acknowledgement that I think a lot of Husker fans should have right now. I know not feeling great right after losing 74-58 to Purdue. Like you said, they've in the first half, they're down 41-28, so didn't get it going. Oscar Clough looks like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar against Nebraska for some reason. But in any case, and he had a pretty good tournament run altogether for him. But again, I think and they've got a talented team. The thing that still strikes me about Purdue is just how well put together they are. Like, the pieces fit together well. They make sense, right? It's not, okay, what can we get happen to put together as a collection of talent. It is thought out, and that's why they entered the season at number 1. Doesn't hurt. You've also got the all-time assist leader here in Braden Smith. He will set that here against Bobby Hurley as long as he gets surpass Bobby Hurley, as I should say, with 2 more assists in the tournament, which he's very likely to do. So Purdue's a good team. Tough matchup for Nebraska. Of course, it's 2 of the last 3 games Nebraska has played in now that they've got blown out. So it's got a lot of people feeling some type of way going into the tournament. Nebraska's not at midseason form or where they were earlier. And again, all that can be true. We'll see how it plays out on Thursday. But again, the reminder that Purdue had lost 4 of their previous 6 games before going to the Big Ten tournament, including one, and Nebraska fans should remember, at the end of the year, that helped Nebraska with their seeding. Remember, Wisconsin beat them, and Wisconsin's been hot. They've been a real good team too, but Wisconsin beat them 97-93 to close the regular season. That helped Nebraska kind of in their seeding as well. So, it's just, Nebraska, like Purdue, is a team that's put together well. Sir, like every team out there, they're going to have a weakness here and there that can be exploited. But I think that the Boilermakers and what the run that they just made probably should give hope to Nebraska fans that you can recapture that magic, and it can happen pretty quickly. And hopefully it happens for Nebraska around the corner. Now, at the same time, I do get it. I mean, that was a tough game performance. Nebraska, for the great season that they had, you would hope would have an opportunity there in the Big Ten tournament to make some noise. But as we knew going into it, when you get the triple bye, you're going to play a team that's pretty darn good, and then also a little bit warmed up, right? They played the previous night against Northwestern. So, it is what it is. Nebraska probably not have their best effort put forward in that game. Would always like to get another chance at Purdue, but there you have it. And so, it just kind of is what it is. You can kind of move on past it. Purdue was impressive enough, again, through the tournament that they're number 2 seed. They were a number 7 seed in the Big Ten tournament, and now they're number 2 national seed after that weekend.
All right, Bock, that was a good one. Nebraska men selected a 4 seed. Bock will face Troy University, formerly known as Troy State.
Yes.
In Oklahoma City. My brother went to Troy State. Said that a million times. A couple of my buddies went to Troy State. Troy State's only like an hour and a half from my hometown, so I had a whole bunch of friends go there. My brother went there. One of my best friends from high school went there. Not a bad school. Not a bad school. Got great athletes.
Did you consider it?
No.
No.
Why
not?
Had my sights set on bigger and better things. I mean, when I talk about, they're not a bad program. They get pro guys out of there. DeMarcus Ware, we talk about him. He comes out of there. Quite a few other guys comes out of there. But what do we know about this? What are they in the Sun Belt?
They are. It is a 1-bid league. They won the Sun Belt regular season and the postseason tournament. They've done that now 2 years in a row. So they're going to come in with a little bit of confidence on a 4-game winning streak themselves. Their coach, Scott Cross, was the coach of the year in the Sun Belt. Also won that award in 2017 when he was with UT Arlington in the Sun Belt. So a guy that has won in multiple places and now won coach of the year in multiple places in the Sun Belt. So should be a good coaching matchup. It's their 5th consecutive 20-win season, their 5th straight year with at least 10 wins in conference play. So this is a program that expects to compete in the Sun Belt and get that opportunity in postseason in the NCAA tournament. Now, they had an opportunity last year against Kentucky, wasn't particularly close. They have not won an NCAA tournament game, but specifically, they've got a team that can make a run at you if you are Nebraska. Now, Nebraska is going to be favored. They are favored in this game. The seeding speaks for itself. Every 4 versus 13 seed is a double-digit favorite. Nebraska, no different there. So I don't want to build them up to make them sound overly great, but I mean, they did pretty well. 12-6 in conference play, 22-11. Like I said, that 12-6 record, interestingly, in the Sun Belt, the one bid league, wasn't all that much better than a lot of the other Sun Belt teams. There were 6 other teams that were 11-7 in conference play, being Texas State, Marshall, South Alabama, Arkansas State, Coastal Carolina, and App State. But Troy got it done in the regular season, then got it done in the postseason. They're led by Thomas Dowd. He is their first team all-conference forward. He averages 14.8 points per game, 10.1 rebounds per game, and shoots 34% from beyond the arc, 45% from the field. Victor Valdez also scores 14.8 points per game for the team, 4.6 assists, leads the team, but he does turn the ball over 3.3 times per game. Also with Valdez, it's interesting to note, he's basically has the same shooting percentage as Berke Buchtengel, but he just keeps shooting now. So, he's taken a lot more shots, more than double the amount that Berke has from beyond the arc, and shoots around the same percentage, shoots 22%. So that will be interesting. Maybe you can kind of force him to take some of those looks. Then they've got a couple guys in the backcourt in Cooper Campbell and Kobe Campbell, brothers that are known as the Red Mambas as brothers. So we'll see what happens there. Cooper particularly good. He averages 12.7 points per game and 4.2 assists per game while shooting 38% from beyond the arc. Kobe shoots 40% from beyond the arc, averaging 9 points per game. The big question for them is if their center Theo Sang will play. He's sat out for over the last month, but he is on track to play. So, it might be one of those game time decisions, see how he feels type of things. He averages 12.9 points per game and 5.8 rebounds. So they've got a pretty squad that, if they can hit their shots and kind of get their confidence rolling, can certainly give Nebraska a run for their money.
But Sun Belt Conference, pretty damn good conference when you look at it. I mean, it's not really a spread it out scene when we talk about, when they battled for the regular season title. You look at Troy 22-11, Marshall 19-13, Coastal Carolina 19-13, App State 19-13, Texas 19-13, South Alabama 21-11, Arkansas State 20-12, Southern Miss 19-16. So that's pretty good conference for me, Bock. I think one of the things that I think will happen, I think this will be a Sam Hoiberg party when we talk about this Troy game, because he's going to pressure these guys like they've never been pressured before. He's going to make them turn the ball over at least 6-7 times, Bock, especially if you got a guy who's already averaging 3 to 4 turnovers a game, and especially with a little pesky guy like Sam who's going to be running and jumping and throwing the ball every which way he can, just to make turnovers from the other team.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, again, to see that difference between the quality of competition that Troy's been playing. Like you said, a fine league, does well for itself, but it's a one-bid league. So, kind of in a similar position where the champion will get a double-digit seed and have a chance to make the upset. Here they are again, the Sun Belt, and Troy representing them. But they're not playing, Sam Hoiberg, again, just matched up with Braden Smith, the all-time leader in assists in college basketball history. You're not going to have that on the opposite end for Troy, but you've got some guys that can make a ball game of it, right? So we'll see how it turns out there specifically. But there's a lot of thoughts, and across Nebraska basketball, it's what I wanted to ask and put in the headline of the show is who needs to step up their game for Nebraska to make a run in March. Might be a different answer than who needs to step up their game to win this game. It's kind of interesting how I kind of figured you might think Sammy might be he's been your guy and an all Big Ten defensive player, certainly a good choice. But it's kind of interesting because Jake Sorensen has said Jamarcus Lawrence is his key to the game. DP right at the end was saying Berkey Buchtengel needs to step up for Nebraska to make a run. And certainly there hasn't been any shortage of people calling for Rink Mass to return to form earlier in the season. Braden Frager could be your answer. I mean, so there's just so much there. I still think with Nebraska to make a run in March, it's got to be, don't overthink it. It's got to be Price. Price is who Nebraska runs their offense through, who it has been, is an all Big Ten player. And certainly we've seen the difference between when he can go off, and if you have a defender that can cover him, if the refs let you be kind of physical with him, it can be difficult for him to get going. But if he does get going, you're in a world of trouble because it opens it up for everybody else. So there's no wrong answer here. Again, there's a lot of different names that you could go through for Nebraska to make a run. But in my mind, similar to our team MVP conversation, and again, you've been saying Sammy, I've been saying Price. Both of them have a pretty good argument. But Nebraska need everybody, obviously.
That's what I was going to say. They need everybody, especially at this point of the season. Just watching the game Friday that we seen from the Purdue game, we just can't be that relaxed in the first half. We have to start off running and gunning. I mean, we have to start off, if you get the twos earlier, you won't have to worry about the threes later in the game. And I think that's one of our problems, that we have the capability of scoring more 2-point buckets, but we want to take the threes. We want to live and die by the three. And I think that's one of the reasons why we got so far behind, is that, and you couldn't stop the other team. I mean, so we just need a fast start, a good pace, and we need everybody shooting 100%. I mean, we need everybody just to be on the. If you want to make it past the first round, Bock, everybody has to do their job.
Yeah, and they're going to need a lot of people, like you said, everybody to kind of step up. And that's where I think the Husker fan base right now is a little bit nervous. Not everybody playing at their peak performance. Captain Obvious on the text line says Mass needs to figure it out. He hasn't looked the same since he was sick. I will say for Rink Mass, a good stat, at least moving forward with him, is that he has kind of gotten back into the scoring column. He went through a little bit of a stretch there, of what was it, 7 games where he couldn't get into double figures, except for twice. Now he's gotten to double figures 5 times in the last 5 games. Now, some of that's 11 points 3 of those times. So, I mean, I get it. It's probably still not, the guy that we were seeing routinely do that, or the guy that we saw score 26 against Rutgers, or go off at certain times in his career. Obviously, there's been a lot of moments for him. But, he is a big thing, and especially with Nebraska kind of running the offense through him at times. Be interested to see how much they do that compared to, again, running the offense through Price. We'll see, another good sign for Rink Mass. Obviously, a lot of it is just kind of the 3-point. Has that been falling now? 5 of 14 in the last 2 games. Again, not completely ideal, but a little bit better than it had been recently. So maybe we're starting to see Rink Mass get back into play. Demarcus Lawrence has been struggling, at least from shooting, since returning from that ankle injury. He's shooting like 20%, I think, just over 20% for the last 5 games. You need to see him kind of get in rhythm. But again, all this, it can feel daunting. Braden Frager is another guy, 6th man of the year in the Big Ten. Didn't necessarily look like that against Purdue, right? Wasn't a huge, punch off the bench in the scoring column there. So, basketball, you can have your on and off days. You just hope that more of your guys can have the on days, and we'll see what they bring forward, especially, another guy that I think is interesting here and certainly it could be talked about in that Purdue matchup was Jared Garcia. Jared Garcia was a guy that they thought, especially with how Purdue was beating them, they needed a bigger body in there to try to give it a go. Didn't necessarily get the return that you wanted, but might be another guy that doesn't get as many minutes throughout the year, but you might have to lean on a little bit more matchup, based on the matchup. So it's going to be fascinating to see this team. It doesn't feel like they're maybe hitting on all cylinders now, but in basketball, you can turn that around pretty quickly. Again, I'm going to say it all day, and I'm going to say it all week leading up to it, is that Purdue was struggling going into the Big Ten tournament. That's why they fell to the 7 seed, lost 4 of their final 6 regular season games, and then they looked like the best team in the Big Ten. They looked like the preseason number 1 this past weekend in part of taking down Michigan. So it can happen again. Nebraska has the pieces there. Now it's up to Big Ten Coach of the Year, Fred Hoiberg, to get him going again.
Yeah, Bock, you're right about that. We will all be watching here Thursday.
Thursday
at 11 11:30.
11:40. It's right out of the gate.
Man, I have to get up there early, man. I usually don't come to work around 11:30 or 12, but I guess I have to be at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, yeah.
Buffalo, Rings and Wings.
It happens every year.
Yeah,
I did it last
every
year.
year we do it. All right, all right, Bock, let's go to break, and when we come back, Bock, we're gonna talk some more men's basketball. We're gonna talk women's basketball. We're gonna go over my little calendar, my little picks from last year, Bock.
Oh, let's do it.
Got a lot of people who wanted to defend the black shirt, but I'll let you know my score from last year, 93.7 the ticket. Bock the Black Shirt. Be right back.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Fern as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Diode Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diode Tech online at diodetech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those 2 magical days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday, March 19th and 20th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday to get a ping pong ball with the lucky team on it and stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines.
Now boarding.
Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and chilly, the high near 28. Tonight, increasing cloud cover with a light breeze, a low around 11. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers, otherwise mainly cloudy and breezy, the high near 48. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and up.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
By
Bauer,
infrastructure,
Bauer,
underground,
Brad.
excavating.
Shout out to the Bauer crews working hard out through the Lincoln and Omaha area. All right, Bock. I was looking at my bracket from last year, not my ticket bracket. My best bracket.
Not your ticket bracket.
Not my ticket bracket. My ticket bracket was not the best one.
No, you're a multiple bracket guy. How many brackets did you have last?
Three.
Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
I can't do more than three. This one right here, Bob, I was on fire. I still have the fire symbol beside me. I scored 1,700 points, 1,710 points. I had 99.7 winning percentage. I was ranked 74,000 out of what? 30, 40 million?
I don't know if you're 99. What did you say? 99.4 percentile?
99.7.
7 percentile. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And you picked the right champion, right?
Yeah, I picked Florida.
Yeah.
Now, my other one, which I think was the ticket one, it wasn't that great.
Not something to brag about.
No, it was 3.5 million. I was ranked 86.1%.
That's not awful.
1,300 points.
Yeah.
But I'll take the second one first. I'll take my other one first.
Oh, yeah. You got to brag about that other one.
Yeah. Go back to that one again, Buck. Again, 74,000 ranked. 99.7. 1710. Me and you and Kenny is going to put our bracket in tomorrow during the show.
Live.
I already picked one winner this year.
You already got one filled out?
Yeah. Just a regular one.
Are you gonna make the same picks?
No, I don't know.
We don't know yet. It depends on tomorrow, huh?
I don't know. You have 2 days, 21 hours, 45 minutes, and 40 seconds to get your brackets in.
Well,
I've picked Arizona
as the winner.
I think Arizona is probably one of the hottest teams right now. Good lineup, good winning percentage. Was number one most of the year. Had a great Big 12 championship run. I just think they're the best team in the nation.
Yeah, it certainly could be. And you look at their path. Of course, got Villanova and Utah State fighting at the 8-9 seed to play Arizona after they play Long Island. No longer given that ones will beat 16s as we've seen over the years, but still have that tendency to overlook that. They do have Wisconsin in the bracket as a 5 seed. That's a team that's been hot as of late. Arkansas as a 4 seed in there, Gonzaga as the 3, and Purdue as the 2 seed in their bracket. So that one could be interesting out west. But of course, it is bracket filling season, and we've got your chance. We're gonna do it like you said tomorrow. Myself, you, and Kenny do it live on air to fill out our brackets in the 93.7 The Ticket Bracket Challenge, and you can join that with us. Join the annual 93.7 The Ticket Bracket Challenge today by searching 93.7 The Ticket Bracket Challenge 2026. It's free to enter, and if you finish at or near the top, you're gonna have to beat Terrell and that fantastic bracket that he had last year. When a champion is crowned in early April, you'll win prizes from us here at 93.7 The Ticket. Compete against our ticket host and earn bragging rights in the annual 93.7 The Ticket Bracket Challenge. Again, steps to enter. Go to ESPN's Bracket Challenge, search 93.7 The Ticket Bracket Challenge /2026.
then join and try to see if you can win. So we're all going to be in it together. I know you, I, and Kenny have an additional bet going based on wings as well. So we're going to be out there at Buffalo Wings and Rings, but we won't know the results by then. So can't do it too early. But if one of our brackets, I guess, specifically goes out the door on Thursday and Friday, then maybe we could pay up there. But it is going to be fun. It is a good time. I've won a bracket challenge before, not like a major one, but my buddy does his. I don't know how many people, 100+ people go in. I won it a couple years ago.
Don't you tell that lie, Bob.
No, it's true.
10 people.
No, it's not 10 people. I've made a decent amount of money coming back on that. I don't know how many people. I should ask him this year to see how many people. But back when Villanova made their run and ended up beating Michigan years ago, I think it was like 2019 or something like that. But in any case, so I've got some confidence in the past to go with. You've got some confidence. Kenny certainly never is short on confidence, so it'll be interesting.
We don't know what Kenny can do.
We don't.
That's
don't.
the thing. I haven't.
Wow.
See now, Eric, I haven't lost to Kenny yet, so just stop it with that. First of all, yeah, we don't. I know me and you know basketball. I don't know how far Kenny does. I know he's a great football person, but it's different when you talk about basketball. I mean, I have some upsets already in mind that I can. You want to hear my upsets?
Yeah, let's hear your upsets already.
So here's let me
better not include Troy.
No. So
the glass shoe the glass shoe does not fit.
So
Slipper.
Here's what I got right here, Bob. Let me see. I don't have any upsets in round one. I just don't.
You're going chalk, yeah?
I'm going straight for it, Bob.
It'd be a pretty good strategy here in the bracket challenge.
I'm going first. Now, when I go to the round of 32, that's when it gets a little. I got Iowa State over Kentucky. I got Virginia over Tennessee. I have Texas Tech beating Alabama in the second round.
Is that because of the late Alabama news today? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He's going to be suspended, Bach. That's a felony.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that a little later.
Okay.
I got Michigan over St. Louis, Purdue over Miami, BYU over Gonzaga. Take that one, Bach.
There you go.
And write that one down. That's going to be the biggest upset in week 2, Bach, or coming in the round of 32. I also have Arkansas beating Wisconsin. Arizona beating Villanova. Then we go to the Sweet 16, Bach. I have Iowa State beating Virginia. I have Michigan beating Texas Tech. I have Purdue beating BYU. I have Arizona beating Arkansas. I have Houston beating Illinois. I have Florida beating Nebraska in the Sweet 16. Hey, I'm sorry, Bach. I mean, Bach.
You of all people in the Florida-Nebraska matchup.
I'm sorry, Bach. This is not football, okay? This is 30 years plus, and plus it's NIL.
Yeah, but we specifically think of you. I think of like swinging the gator around. Come on.
I have Michigan State beating UCLA, and I have Kansas beating Duke. No, Duke beating Kansas.
Duke, I was going to say, wow, yeah, that's a big upset there.
My Elite 8 would be Duke versus Michigan State, Florida versus Houston, Arizona versus Purdue, Michigan versus Iowa State. And then in my Final Four, I have Michigan versus Arizona and Duke versus Houston. In the championship, I have Duke and Arizona, with Arizona winning it.
There you have it. There, not the official bracket that he's putting out there. A very chalky bracket, as you say. It's interesting too. Well, I mean, they're all going to be pretty tough.
Do you see what Eric just said? He beat you in what?
Says he beat you in Pick'em. Talking about Kenny.
He didn't beat me.
He did not. Even the asterisk does not need to be had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even winning percentage wise, you ended up a little bit ahead of him.
Thank you. At least somebody. But the same goes for football when it comes to basketball. You know what it is?
What's that?
It's the money game. Richest rosters in 2026 26 NCAA tournament, Bob. You ready?
Yep.
Number 7, Kentucky.
Yeah, no surprise.
$20 million.
Quite a bit, but they are a 7 seed. They're not.
Yeah, 7 seed. That's what I mean. 1 seed, Duke, $12 million. 4 seed, Arkansas, $11.5 million. 6 seed, Louisville, $10.5 million. 4 seed, Texas Tech, $10.5. Number 5, St. John's, $10.5 million. Number 1, Michigan, $10.5 million. Number 4, Kansas, $9.5. And Tennessee, number 6 seed, $9.5. And Arizona, number 1 seed, $9.5 million.
Wow. That's, obviously a lot of money. Would wonder where Nebraska's number stands there. It's interesting, though, when you talk about, roster salaries or whatever. You can't call it salary, whatever payments, I suppose, here is, especially when you compare it to college football, where they have $40 million rosters. Obviously, a lot less players. For Kentucky to be in that $20 million range is interesting. But kind of like Indiana, like you said, it gives you a good idea of where some of the, a lot of 1 seeds there, a lot of high-end programs there, but it doesn't tell the whole story, right?
Yeah.
And that was the same thing with college football, right? Indiana probably did not have the highest paid salary or highest paid teams roster team in general, but they ended up being the team that was crowned.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have a high roster this year, Buck. A lot of people, they're not telling us everything we need to know. They only saying certain teams they think. I don't think it's really a $40 million roster in college football, Buck, because even if you have $40 million like LSU claim, you have to win it. I mean, if you don't, then I personally would cut back on my roster or my spending habit if I have to.
Yeah, again, it's very interesting. Again, especially when you start to talk about some of those individual players, like at Kansas, with their star player, he's expected to be, and Darren Peterson expected to be one of the top picks, if not the top pick of the draft. And so when you go through, them and say that they've got half of they pay half of what Kentucky does, that would just be surprising because I would expect Darren Peterson to demand quite a bit of that himself. So very interesting stuff. And of course, none of those numbers usually solidified, right? It's somewhat of a guesstimation because it's not like the NFL or a professional league where all that, there's cap or all that information is public. But for that to be the case, maybe that could be one way to do it. If you want to fill out your bracket based on what guys are getting paid, that would not be a bad way to go about it. But again, hasn't necessarily translated to the exact results at the top, especially with Kentucky there.
Yeah. All right, Buck, let's go to break. When we come back, more basketball talk. We're going to stay on basketball for a minute.
Yeah.
93.7 The Ticket, Bock The Blackshirt. We'll be right back.
If the week's been too hectic to even think about dinner, or your family can't handle one more night of leftovers, then it's time to let Hog Wild do the cooking. Hog Wild's family packs are one heck of a good deal for a complete barbecue meal loaded with all the smoked meats, tasty sides, buns, and sauces you need to feed your family. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Hey fellas, March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. So here's your friendly reminder that ignoring your gut isn't a strategy on the field or in real life. Once you hit 45, screening isn't optional anymore. It can literally save your life. Advanced medical imaging makes it easy with fast, comfortable CT colonography. No hospital hoops, no all-day ordeal. Just a simple scan that helps you stay ahead of the game. Talk to your doctor about getting your screening ordered at AMI and keep yourself in the lineup for the long run.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. And get a house that you're going to be happy with. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. All right, Bock, give me some details on the women's side of Nebraska basketball.
Yeah, it's interesting. Nebraska women were having to kind of sweat it out to see if they made it to the tournament, and they did, but it will be through the play-in game. So on ESPN2, Wednesday at 6 p.m., Nebraska will open it up in what they call the first four. This will be in Sacramento against the Richmond Spiders. Nebraska, of course, coming in at 18-12. Richmond will be coming in at 26-7. And they've got some bite to them, as you would expect from the Spiders. They did not win the A-10. They were a third-place team in that. Rhode Island and George Mason tied for the top of that for the regular season there. But for Richmond now, they did get into the tournament again with a 26-7 record, which is pretty solid. Fell to George Mason their last game out, 60-45 there on this was back in March 7th on the previous Saturday. But in any case, Nebraska does make it to the tournament. Obviously, if you're in the play-in games, as they call it, the first four, you were pretty close to not being there. If you followed along, Nebraska basketball, of course, at the end of the season, had a 6-game slide toward the end of the season. We're able to beat Washington Rutgers to finish out the regular season, then lost to Indiana in the first round in the Big Ten, and many had feared that would push Nebraska out. But, you just got to wait. You got to wait and see how things play out, cross-conference tournaments and all that. By the end of everything last week, Nebraska was projected to get in, and they did, but not by much. Again, these are the 11 seeds now fighting for Nebraska. The winner of that will have an opportunity to take on Baylor. So that will be March 20th would be the game. If Nebraska is able to beat Richmond, then they will have another game there on the 20th. So
Baylor's the number one seed.
There. Baylor is a 6 seed.
Okay.
So because Nebraska is 11
Not
seed.
bad.
They are, if you follow Nebraska again, you know that Nebraska specifically struggled against top 25 teams. Like that level of competition has been tough for Nebraska to beat. They haven't done it. In fact, Baylor is ranked 21st. So it would be a step up. Obviously, again, seeding, it's understandable. You're punching up to face a 6 seed there in Baylor, the Baylor Bears. If you can get past them, if they get past Baylor in the first round, then is likely Duke waiting for them. Duke has a matchup in the 3-14 matchup with Charleston, the Charleston Cougars, and Duke is 24-8 on the year, number 8 in the nation. So going to be tough to make a Sweet 16 run, but could be done. We'll see. They're going to have to do something again that they haven't done thus far. They have to win 3 games, first of all, to make it to the Sweet 16. But of course, more than anything, that first matchup with Richmond is what the Husker women will have their focus on, and see if they can make it into the second round, as they call it.
All right, Bock. Indiana basketball plans to decline NIT invite after falling short of the NCAA tournament bid.
Yeah, not surprising. And we've seen teams like North Carolina do this in the past. Certain teams with that level of history maybe feel like, they're above that. And if they don't make it, we saw this with Notre Dame in college football for the first time, but it has been kind of going along here in basketball that, maybe you're too proud to go to a second tournament, second level tournament, I should say. But still kind of an interesting decision, not necessarily something that they had to do there with Coach DeVries there in his first year. You're not going to get a pass necessarily for your first year in a place like Bloomington in Indiana. They're going to want you to win, pretty quickly. But the season played out like it did, 18-14. Again, not necessarily a surprise to see them, a blue blood school, did not decline anything but the NCAA tournament. Now, would they have any other opportunities to go to the Crown or anything like that? Maybe, but probably, again, wouldn't accept that either. But, the thing you have to kind of sometimes is lay down your pride. Sometimes your roster building, you're moving on the next year, all that sort of stuff. And so it makes some sense. But it also could make sense to lay down your pride, get some extra practice and game reps in. But they're going an alternate route there. And maybe the football team's winning there in Bloomington, put some extra pressure on them to win this past year. But it certainly is interesting, given, again, how this is now kind of spread to college football and Notre Dame in the playoffs. Not as big a story when Indiana declines the NIT.
All right, Bock. We talked about Alabama earlier, and why did I change my mind? Well, I'm going to give you a little clue to why did I change my mind. Alabama's Aiden Holloway was arrested on felony marijuana charges, Bob. That will change anybody's bracket. And he's the number 2 leading scorer for the Crimson Tide. Bob, he was arrested on felony drug charges 4 days before his team is set to play in the NCAA tournament. They say he was arrested Monday morning and transported to jail after agents with the West Alabama Narcotics Task Force searched a residence near Alabama campus and recovered more than a pound of marijuana, paraphernalia, and cash. So, I don't know how Alabama does things, but I could see that guy probably being suspended for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Not a good, obviously as bad a timing as it can get as they're trying to make their run here. Might be interesting. He is their second leading scorer, like you said. Might put pressure on Latrell Wrightsell, of course, the native of Nebraska from Omaha, to put a little bit of to step up his game, if you will, for the Crimson Tide, especially if they're going to make a run. If you think Latrell Wrightsell, that's a name I heard a couple years ago. Yeah, he's been at Alabama for 3 years now after being at Fullerton for 3 years. So I had an injury last year, was able to again come back for this season. So he is a veteran. We'll see if he can step up his game for the Crimson Tide. I think they will. I think you're right. I mean, this isn't just going to go away pretty quickly. So obviously awful timing for Eden Holloway. And I know, like, I was reading into it. I mean, it could be, ultimate punishment would be like 10 years in jail, but that's how serious the offense is at this point in time. He's a junior, averaged 16.8 points per game, sharpshooter from deep, 43% from deep overall for them. And again, just criminal charges are one thing, so I don't want to go too far into that, but just bad timing, bad decisions, of course, as well.
All right, Bach. Penny Hardaway will return next year as Memphis head coach. After a disappointment 13-19 season, he will be retained as Memphis head coach. Hardaway has a 175-87 record. He has one NCAA tournament win in those 3 appearances they made. Memphis earned a 5 seed in the tournament last year before falling to number 12, Colorado State, in the first round.
Yeah, it's 8th year here for the Tigers. It's hard to believe that it's been that long, but he's had this previous 7 years. He had 21 seasons, and including last year, like you said, was the conference regular season and tournament champion. They went 29-6. Unfortunately, had an early exit for them, but so you still haven't seen him make the Sweet 16 or anything like that. They did win an NIT championship in his 3rd season, but kind of built the program back to kind of being this expectation of making the tournament. This, of course, like you said, not the year that you wanted, but I think, especially with his star power, especially in the Memphis area, right, is that you kind of let this one go, right? Okay, one bad season, things didn't play all right. I don't know exactly how the roster shake up or what kind of happened with this year, but makes sense. I mean, Nebraska could probably relate to it. You don't want to be in that position, but if you had 7 straight 20+ win seasons, you have one down season, okay, understandable, but you need to get back to it pretty soon. But again, in the last 2 years, he's already, the past year was awful. The last 2 years, he was the conference champion. So no surprise that they're going to retain him.
All right, Bock, let's go to break and let's come back to hour 2 here on Bock the Blackshirt, only on 93.7 The Ticket.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines. Now boarding. Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those 2 magical days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday, March 19th and 20th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday to get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it and stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and chilly, the high near 28. Tonight, increasing cloud cover with a light breeze, a low around 11. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers, otherwise mainly cloudy and breezy, the high near 48. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. And get a house that you're going to be happy with. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
There's no place like McKinney's Irish Pub for St. Patrick's Day, so mark your calendars to join in on the fun for their 12th annual Street Festival. The party goes all weekend long, but starts on March 14th and 15th with tons of giveaways, great Irish food, and green beer. And it continues on Tuesday the 17th for actual St. Patrick's Day. Doors open for the bar at 9 a.m. on Saturday, 11 a.m. on Sunday, and 9 a.m. on Tuesday. And the street party starts at 2 p.m. all 3 days. Don't miss out on great music and great fun with no cover charge for St. Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's Irish Pub, located at 8th and P.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. All right, Bock, Huskers women's softball defeated Michigan 2-0 over the weekend, and they advanced to 20-5 on the season. And I think the new rankings came out. I think they're like 7th.
That wouldn't surprise me. Obviously, they've been up there. Has been an incredible season for Nebraska. Of course, now, like you said, starting to get a little bit more into Big Ten play and continuing their success. Of course, the Big Ten doesn't have, outside of some of the top teams, the challengers that they have seen in the non-con. That's why Nebraska puts so much of a challenge in the non-con. But Michigan, is a good series. Nebraska sweeping them Friday, Saturday, and twice on Saturday, except two games on Saturday. Won 5-2, 8-4, and 5-2. Now they wait for Michigan State this upcoming weekend. That will be in East Lansing. Still got some interesting games down the line. Right after that series will be UCLA in Bullen Stadium. So should be an interesting one ahead, interesting season ahead for the Huskers. But no drop off this past weekend.
Yeah. Husker men baseball also winning over the weekend, Buck. I think they beat Maine with a 6-5 walk-off. So they're 12-5.
Yeah, and their season's kind of been interesting because they started off so hot, at least winning their first 3 games of the season. That was among the best starts for Nebraska in quite some time. I think a lot of people remember that. Cooled off a little bit there with the M&G Bank College Baseball Series. Of course, played some pretty darn good teams there, but have got back into the winning column and have done so in a major way now here with their winning streak now keep on rolling. Like you said, beat Maine 3 times, 6-5, 6-3, and 8-7. Same thing as softball. Went ahead and did a doubleheader there on Saturday. Worried about the weather on Sunday, but some close games took some engineering to get back into it. But you'll definitely take it. I believe they're on a 9-game winning streak at this point as they now face Wichita State here tomorrow. They head to Wichita and take on Wichita State tomorrow and Wednesday for a little bit of a 2-game series before returning, actually going up to Ann Arbor for this weekend for the series with Michigan.
All right, Bob, it's going to be a busy weekend for Husker sports starting Thursday. We're really starting Wednesday with the women's playing and what's that, first 4 in? Then we got the men's playing Thursday. Then we have wrestling coming up for the NCAA title this weekend. So pretty good schedule for Nebraska.
Yeah. If you're a Nebraska sports fan, this is a great time. Of course, the only thing missing is football. Football taking the week off due to spring break, and they will return and get that going. So don't expect to hear too many football reports. But yeah, I mean, it is a big week in many of these respective sports. Of course, basketball coming down to the do or die survivor advance territory here this week. But wrestling, kind of the same way. Good show out there at the Big Ten meet, and of course the Big Ten is the who's who of wrestling. So there's a few more teams, Oklahoma States, the Iowa States of the world, that can factor into the mix once we get to nationals. But hopefully Nebraska can pull through and have a good showing out there. DP will be going out there, and is I don't know if it was him that termed the phrase March Manning as for Coach Manning, but that's definitely coming around. So they've had their ups and downs, they've had their fights. They certainly have had to battle the Penn States and the Ohio States of the world. But here it is. It's winning time to see if they can finish it off with a great season. If we can get some more national champions for the Huskers.
All right, Bock. Oh, Bock, NFL news, man. I forgot about this. Justin Fields from the Jets was traded to the Chiefs for a 6th-round pick?
Yeah, late pick.
Oh, man. So Patrick Mahomes is not going to be ready at the start of the season.
Well, I think this is, a plan in place to at least prepare for that. It is interesting, though, with Justin Fields. This will be now his 4th team. Of course, started 3 years with Chicago, then kind of that trial run there in Pittsburgh, and then the Jets this last season. Things not going well there. Kind of bordering on that line once you get through that many seasons and not having too much success. Or are you a starter now? And so, I mean, there is still maybe an argument out there, in free agency, or not free agency, but an opportunity, because he was signed to a 2-year deal with the Jets. But to be out there in the open market, it's interesting. Apparently, he picked the Chiefs, right? I mean, there were a couple other teams that were interested. He picked specifically the Chiefs. But it's tough. It's tough to win at a place like with the Jets, as we know. But went 2-7 last year as a starter. His career record at this point now 16-37. Not bad in touchdown to interception ratio. You can put up some stats here and there, but just hasn't been able to win a majority of his games in the NFL. So we'll see. And now kind of feels like he's in, at least for this year, and who knows? I mean, We've seen guys that take a quick spot as a backup for a year or two and get back into the mix. Maybe he just needs and wants to learn behind Patrick Mahomes to take that next step in his game.
I don't think Patrick Mahomes will be ready. Well, the Jets will be paying $7 million of Fields, $10 million salary in 26, all guaranteed. Plus, Geno Smith will be making 3.3, while the Raiders will be paying 16.2 million. So the Jets will pay $3 million of his salary. And the Raiders will be paying. I don't know if Geno is better than Justin Fields. He's been in the league longer.
Yeah.
But he's not really a good starting quarterback to me.
Well, he was 2 years ago. He wasn't last year, right? I mean, then so that's kind of where you get with the Raiders. It didn't work out. With the Seahawks again. Maybe it was 3 years ago at this point when he really kind of stood out for them and struggled a little bit. But he's had his ups and downs. Is he the answer to kind of get the Jets out of where they are? Probably not. A reminder: this is a team that didn't have one interception last year. The most amazing stat I think I've ever seen in NFL history. The defense for the entire year did not get an interception. So there's other places that they need help. Geno Smith, of course, started his career with the Jets. Didn't have a very good run there, but resurrected his career. I mean, he's one of those guys. He's exactly what we're talking about with Justin Fields, where, was deemed to be the future of the franchise with the Jets. Then kind of had to start to take backup places around the league, including with the Jets, the Giants, the Chargers, and even Seattle before he got his opportunity. And here he is again. Like you said, quite a bit older. Definitely has, more seasons under his belt. But, is Geno Smith now taking, because before today, obviously you thought, well, maybe Justin Fields can still compete. Geno feels like the starter there, but there should be a competition and somewhat of a backup plan. But this move now kind of clears the way for it just to be Geno. I think, is Tyrod Taylor still there? I'm trying to think about who their backup quarterback would be at this point, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what the hope is for Geno, other than that he wasn't going to start in Las Vegas this upcoming year. So you get a starting spot, another opportunity maybe to redeem yourself with the Jets.
All right, Bock, any news from you anymore?
Not necessarily from the NFL, but I think I did have an interesting story here based on the Troy Trojans, who Nebraska will play, of course, in the NCAA tournament. I think it's interesting as I go over this team, we try to learn about them in their history. A lot of it's just this year, right? But if you go into their history, they've got some interesting history, specifically a game January 12th, 1992, when Troy defeated Devry 253-141 in basketball. There's all sorts of stats that go through this game. It is the highest scoring game in college basketball history. This is at all levels. Troy at that time was Division II. Devry was NAIA. Wasn't all that fair. Devry only had 7 players, and one of the players on that day, as you can imagine, if Troy scored 253, they might have struggled a little bit. One of the players had 19 turnovers by himself. Man, that is a tough day. Troy had 8 players that day that scored 20 or more points. But yeah, that is the NCAA record. A lot of people kind of think back to when you talk about football, back to the Georgia Tech 222-0 game that they had. This is one to note for basketball in facing Troy this week, to know your history. If you get in these conversations, say, well, hey, did you know they had the highest scoring game in NCAA basketball history? This was so crazy. At the end of the first half, the score was 123-53. 123-53 at halftime. A lot of these records are now considered unbreakable, including total points between two teams, which ended up being 399. 3 points made by one team in one half, or points just in general, made by one team in one half, because Troy that day set the record in the first half with 123 points and then scored 135 in the second half to defeat their less than an hour old record, right? 3-pointers made and attempted that day for Troy. 51 of 109. That is absolutely insane. They were putting them up. That is the record for a single game. Troy currently holds NCAA record across all divisions for 3-pointers attempted in a season. That next season, in the same season, shooting 1,303 3-pointers during the 91-92 season. So Troy, as we know it, was Troy State at the time. They started to get the moniker Trey State because they would shoot so many threes. But I mean, I've seen teams shoot a lot of threes. I haven't seen it quite to that point. The scoreboard in Troy's arena, in fact, was not built to display 200 plus points, because why would it be? So when they crossed 200 points, on the scoreboard, they just had to go back to 0. So that did not necessarily display it correctly, but that's what they had to do. Again, in that second half alone, the Trojans scored 135 points. Absolutely incredible. And these numbers, I got to get some tape on this game to go back and see what it looked like, how they're putting up that many points. Apparently their philosophy, basically on defense, was go for the steal. And if the other team gets by you, then so be it, basically. And then go ahead and take as many shots as you can. This was, of course, before a lot of the statistical data or analytics took over. This is far beyond, before, Steph Curry kind of turned it into a 3-point revolution in base sport. But they were ahead of their time, absolutely ahead of their time. Incredible. They just in that season, by the way, where they were scoring that many points, it was obviously quality competition. They weren't playing Kansas or Duke or Kentucky or anything, but they averaged 121 points on the season. Of course, 253 can help out with that average, while giving up 107.8 points per game in that season as well. Again, defense was not their calling card for Troy State, Troy Trojans at the time.
All right, Buck. Anything else you got, Buck?
I think that's all I got for now. But man, I still want to get tape of that game to see, because there's only so much time in a basketball. There's 40 minutes in a basketball game. How'd they do that?
You would like that, Buck. Trace.
I want to be on that team.
Yeah.
Go back in time.
Yeah.
Have some fun with it.
I was going to rent us out a gym and set up about 3 racks of 3 balls so we can run around and shoot from the left side, the right side, and down middle, Bob.
Yeah.
And see how good you are.
Well, and I got to ask you this too, because I've been thinking about it. Of course, there's been more talk about a 3-point challenge here. The money ball. You can't have. Would you like the money ball to be there? In the history, of course, in 3-point shooting competition, it is there. It is the 5th ball. It's worth 2 points. You take 25 shots from the top of the key, the wings, and of course the corners, and that money ball is worth 2. But I think if you're having a true 3-point competition, don't you just want to see who makes the most out of 25 shots?
Well, you got the money ball at the end, Bach. We're going to do it like
I'm
the NBA.
anti-money ball.
Yeah.
I'm anti-money ball.
Yeah.
Because if I make 18's a lot. If I make 16 shots and somebody else makes 17, but they made more money balls than me, then they win, but I still made more 3-pointers. What is it? Isn't the goal to make more 3-pointers?
Well, Bach, you don't have to worry about me. I'm probably going to make 3 out of the whole
Not much of a
3
3-point
racks.
shooter?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, well,
I can
enough.
luck up and hit some, but I'm not that's not my game right there.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. That's why I chose it, is because that is my game. I don't have much else to it.
All right, Bach, let's go to break, and when we come back, former Nebraska quarterback with a new number 8. We'll talk about that more when we come back. 93.7 The Ticket.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
There's no place like McKinney's Irish Pub for St. Patrick's Day, so mark your calendars to join in on the fun for their 12th annual Street Festival. The party goes all weekend long, but starts on March 14th and 15th with tons of giveaways, great Irish food, and green beer. And it continues on Tuesday the 17th for actual St. Patrick's Day. Doors open for the bar at 9 a.m. on Saturday, 11 a.m. on Sunday, and 9 a.m. on Tuesday. And the street party starts at 2 p.m. all 3 days. Don't miss out on great music and great fun with no cover charge for St. Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's Irish Pub, located at 8th and P. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
John just tried Runza's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally
What?
you know, boom, 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 boom.
Not sure I'm getting it.
It's totally jammin'.
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
If you're tired of the dieting circuit paradox but still want to look, feel, and perform better, you need to get to Nutrition Authority and ask about our nutrition coaching featuring LifeBase. LifeBase takes a complex world of nutrition and makes it simple with real results that last. Stop in to learn more or check us out on mynutritionauthority.com.
The stretch run is here. On March 18th, Love Nebraska hosts Love Atlanta at Baxter Arena with first serve set for 7 p.m., and every set carries postseason implications. Two explosive teams meet on one court, trading quick transition, heavy swings, and defensive plays that can shift the match in seconds. Playoff implications on the line as the season winds down. Don't just track the score, feel every rally live. Secure your seats at lovebneb.com/tickets.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Barrett.
Excavating.
Shout out to the Bauer crews working hard out through the Omaha and Lincoln areas. All right, Bock, former Nebraska quarterback Dylan Riola is sporting number
8.
And who is the former number 8 of the Oregon Ducks?
Marcus Mariota.
All right, Heisman winner.
Yeah.
Is he just a great number? Whoever was that great, he likes to wear the numbers.
Well, it would appear so. I mean, he went to Nebraska and picked number 15, of course, which Tommy Frazier wore. Now going out to Oregon and picking number 8. Definitely an interesting decision. There are some other players already that had number 15, so maybe that played into it. He doesn't want to, bully his way to that number. We saw him wear different numbers in high school, including number 1 as well. So I don't think he's necessarily completely committed to a number. Didn't he say? But remember, he wore number 15 because of Tim Tebow, not because of Tommy Frazier. So, I would wonder what is number 8 if he's got a similar story there about not wearing that for Marcus Mariota.
Well, when you wear 15 at Nebraska, it only reminds you of one person. So you're not at Florida, so you're at Nebraska. So it reminds us of Tommy Frazier.
It did. His playing style was a little bit different. So after a while, I think
he didn't play like Tebow either. So.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I just thought that was kind of interesting. And there's video of him out there slinging the ball around. So hopefully he's getting a little bit healthier. As far as he is a newcomer, of course, to the Oregon roster. But you might find it funny that right now his weight is not listed. So I don't know. I can't give you an update on that. All the newcomers' weights are not listed. But as far as the number 15s, again, kind of interesting because it looks like the number 15s right now maybe probably would have had a chance to pick that if he wanted to, because both on the offense and defensive side, and of course, he'd have to battle on offense. Number 15 goes to Messiah Hampton right now, which is an incoming freshman. So maybe he had that opportunity to pick that, but decided to go against it. It's just kind of fun when you go through Oregon's roster. Just reminded of how good this team's going to be. Remember, they got Coy Parrish, of course, from Minnesota. Bear Alexander has made his way from Georgia to USC, now to Oregon. Some names, of course, Dante Moore being the big one. Evan Stewart will be coming back. Some guys that they already kind of made and are known from in-house there. Gatelin Bear is another name that people might remember. Nebraska was in on the speedy wide receiver from Idaho. He wears number 13 there, but it'll be fun to kind of track them and see how it goes. Of course, Nebraska hopefully will be able to beat Oregon this year. They got them on the schedule.
All right, Bob, these 18 teams right here are teams that made the men's NCAA tournament, women's NCAA tournament, and college football bowl game / playoffs. UConn.
Nice, yeah.
TCU. Maryland. Duke. Michigan. Ohio State. Louisville. Texas Tech. Illinois. Clemson. Iowa. Alabama. North Carolina State, Virginia, Tennessee, Texas, Georgia, Vandy, and Nebraska.
Nebraska, that's right. We're among the elites. At least to get into the dance. So that's good news. It is kind of interesting, too. I've seen some of those talks. I think as far as like combining sports and what they've done, Duke, of course, won the ACC in football, men's and women's basketball now in the same year. They're the first school to do that. In the ACC, of course, the surprise there being in football, not so much in men's and women's basketball. Again, Nebraska might have a chance at Duke if they can beat Richmond and Baylor, but that's a pretty darn good program out there. And also the list of schools to make the college football playoff in March Madness each of the last 2 seasons. This is 2 years of data now. The whole list, it's one team. You're gonna like it. The Barking Dogs of Georgia.
All right, Bob. Shout out to University of Nebraska Kearney, who walked away with the 2026 wrestling national champions, Bob.
Wow.
So shout out to those guys up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or down there, or wherever they are at.
Yeah. Kearney's here in the state somewhere, but absolutely, shout out to any. It is good. I'm glad that you said that because, you can get, we kind of get to focus on Nebraska and what they've got going on here, but so many other colleges competing and fighting it out. And of course, much like volleyball, wrestling, you'd like Nebraska to be a wrestling state, a volleyball state, and for that to go beyond just the reach of the University of Nebraska here in Lincoln.
All right, Bob, the Supernovas set a new indoor professional women's volleyball record with 16,838 fans in attendance at the CHI Health Center for their matchup against Indy.
Well, kind of similar to what I was just saying there. I mean, Nebraska is a volleyball state. Now, obviously, we've got two pro teams there in the Omaha area and continuing to set records. I mean, it's funny because at one time you take a lot of pride in that, and you still do, but it's not the shock value that it once was. It's kind of like, yeah, those crazy folks out in Nebraska are watching volleyball. What's changed, and so it is, but it is good to take some pride in that as well. In setting records and hopefully moving goalposts and getting more attention to why Nebraska is the volleyball state.
Yes, it is, Bach. All right, Bach. Your boy, listen to this stat right here, Bach. I don't know. I think this is one of the most strange but true. Since 2014-15, Joel Embiid has missed as many regular season games as games he's played in his career.
Wow.
He's missed 485 games. He's played in 485 games.
Boy, that's crazy. Yeah. He said it in his career, he's missed as many as he's played. Basically?
Yeah, same amount. He's played the same amount as he missed.
That is wild. I didn't realize it was that far off. I mean, he had a couple seasons, 4 now that as I look at it, where he's played over 60 games, 2 more he played 50. Yeah, I mean, it's there's a lot of different games. Like a couple years ago, it was 19 games. This year, 33 games. That is a wild stat, and it's interesting, especially with the Philadelphia 76ers. They're solid team. I mean, they're 37-31. It's not like they're going to be anybody's pick to win the whole thing. But it's just kind of interesting where they've fallen off and even who they still have right on the roster, with Tyrese Maxey being there. VJ Edgecombe has been a good story for them, helping rebound from last season. But the challenge here for them is to get their big three healthy for the playoffs, and their big three includes Joel Embiid and Paul George. So good luck.
All right, Bock. Any more news you got on basketball? Oh, but no, your Celtics are doing great, Bock.
Yeah, thanks for the update there. Yeah,
they're only 4 games. I think they're 4 games out.
Yep, from the number 1 seed with Detroit.
I think they catch Detroit.
You think they do?
I think they do. Yeah. I think they do. I think they end up with the number 1 seed. I also like how the Lakers are playing right now. They're number 3 in the Western Conference. A lot still farther back than the other top 2 teams up there. You got Oklahoma City, who's 53 and 15. San Antonio, who's 49 and 18, and the Lakers, who's 42 and 25.
And of course, tanking season is officially on. If you look at the bottom of the standings too, all teams officially eliminated include the Kings, the Nets, the Wizards, and the Pacers.
Yeah, but when we go to Eastern Conference, you got Detroit, 48 and 19. Y'all are 4 games behind, 44 and 23. Knicks, 44 and 25. My Atlanta Hawks, they're 36 and 31. So we're fighting Philadelphia for that 8th and 9th spot.
Yeah, it'll be an attempt to get in there. But again, it's interesting too with the NBA with that expanded playoff for those play-in games. 10 of the 15 teams get in or get a chance at the postseason. Makes it more exciting, but a lot of these teams just not out of it, and maybe helps prevent tanking, which is something the NBA is still looking to do. While we're on the NBA, I did want to also mention they're going to vote. The NBA is set for first vote in the Las Vegas-Seattle expansion. It's something they've been talking about for years now, and there's been positioning to do that. The NBA now will hold a vote at the Board of Governors meeting this next week and look to add the expansion franchises, which would be in Las Vegas and Seattle. The target date for them to start playing would be the 2028-2029 season. So you're looking around October of 2028 for these teams. Still 2.5 years away, but would be pretty exciting to see if that is what takes place. They do expect, it says, this is the information from ESPN, industry executives project proposals in the $7 to $10 billion range for each team. They also estimate that both markets, again, Las Vegas and Seattle, would be among the NBA's top 8 revenue generators, which is interesting, of course, because the NBA left Seattle at one point. And hopefully if they do return, that'll be the Supersonics being able to come back. Of course, that was all the way back in 2008 when they relocated and changed their name to the OKC Thunder. The Las Vegas franchise, I don't know what direction they would necessarily have for that, but I do know over the years, and I don't see anything here necessarily stating anything about that LeBron James has had some kind of executive interest in maybe helping out with that franchise. So, it'd be an adjustment. We haven't had expansion teams in our major leagues for feels like quite a bit of time. I mean, I always go back to the Texans maybe with the NFL. I'm sure there's been maybe more recent than that, but not a whole lot more recent than that. So that's kind of something to be excited for. Would you be excited for some NBA teams in Las Vegas and specifically, of course, potentially Supersonics out there in Seattle?
I'll be good for one in Kansas City.
Oh, you'd like to see one in Kansas City? Yeah.
I'll go. I definitely would go.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's always kind of the question that it really becomes interesting. Of course, the Kings at one time were the Kansas City Omaha Kings, so they played some games here in the state. But for those of us that are like long-term, like myself, long-term Celtics fan, it's basically outside the Huskers, my number one fandom. If your area, if Nebraska, if Omaha, maybe even Kansas City got a team, do you change your allegiances? I could not. I don't think I could. But if it was in, as far as Kansas City goes, if it was in Omaha or Lincoln, I might have to consider. I mean, how can you go against the home state NBA team? That'd be incredible.
Yeah.
So I think I'd keep him.
Yeah, that guy Jay Foreman, he's over there just
distracting you there.
Yeah, he's looking at me just crazy.
Let me ask you this, because we talked about the jerseys with Dylan Raiola going to number 8 at Oregon. Again, the same jerseys as Marcus Mariota, jersey number that is. Notable in that Marcus Mariota has not been his number has not been retired there. At USC, if you win a Heisman Trophy, then your number does get retired. But there has been questions. Of course, USC has among the most Heisman Trophy winners. So kind of like, you look at different, the Celtics are a pretty good example. The Lakers too. When you retire all those numbers, you start to run out of jersey numbers to even go to. So it's been questioned. And on the Throwbacks podcast this week, they were talking to Matt Leinart about if somebody approached you to wear number 11, what would you say? And he said, absolutely bleeping not. I'm never going to unretire my jersey for some random dude who might wear it for a year and then transfer. I think that's probably the right answer from Matt Leinart.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I mean, because you asked, you remember the guy was asking Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah.
And he didn't do it. I guess they asked a couple of more people. I mean, if you worked hard for it like that, I probably wouldn't want to do it anyway.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, obviously, it's a cool honor to get from the beginning. I wonder how many years or time you would like to spend there. It could be something that you pass along at some point. But again, like you said, there's certain visions and certain names that come to mind when you see Husker jerseys. And of course, the Huskers only have 2 numbers retired in as such that you can't wear them. They've got more numbers retired, but 2 of them that they've retired as far as wearing them. But yeah, I mean, I mean, if I earned that honor, if I won the Heisman Trophy and went that far, go pick. There's plenty of other numbers. Go pick another number. I want that jersey to be mine.
Yeah, it's like Jay Foreman. He got to pick one, either 40,
that's right.
Either what? What is it? 56 and what's the other one?
44.
44.
Yeah.
Which one you gonna pick? If you had a choice, I believe you pick 44.
Stick to one.
Yeah. He looks better at 44. 56. I don't like 50 numbers.
You don't?
No.
Well, you're 43, so that makes some sense. It's like someone, in that range. Yeah. Randy Gregory had 44 his first year here, and the next year went to the number 4. Just his status on the team rose that he could pick a single digit number. This was before, of course, the Matt Rule era, but yeah.
Maybe Matt Rule needs to take the single digits out.
Maybe. They've had, again, it's interesting to measure success with it. Well, they've been to back-to-back bowl games.
That's
more so than what the previous coach can say.
I don't even think bowl games matter anymore for college football. Yeah. Not for the lower tier teams. I mean, when you look at it, most of them opt out. Not all players playing.
They're definitely different than they used to be. Yeah, and it's not. I mean, I can say that as much. I know he wants to aim higher, and he's going to need to get to more. So again, it's always fun to kind of talk about, has the Matt Rule era been successful? In some ways, yes, and in some ways, no. But ultimately, obviously, Husker fans are reaching for higher, especially after
7-6 is that real? I don't know.
That's not something to write home about. No football team. No.
You just said it was what? What did you say it was?
Well, I said it's more than the previous coach could say.
Yeah, so you said 7-6. You'll take 7-6 over.
I'll take 7-6 over 5-7. Again, I keep comparing it to purgatory and hell. Yeah, you're in the 7-6 purgatory, but it's better than the hell that was not making a bowl game for 8 years or whatever it was. I mean, that was awful. So yes, I'm not happy with low end bowl games that don't mean as much as more in college football, but it's a lot better than sitting home and not doing anything.
Well, Mickey Joseph beat Iowa.
Mickey Joseph did beat Iowa. If he had won a few more games, he might have been the Nebraska coach.
Yeah, so look, only coach to beat him in 10 years. I still can't believe that.
It is crazy, yeah.
I can't.
Well, and of course, the previous one that did, Bo Pelini beat him and they fired him. So both of them, the only 2 coaches to win in the last 12 meetings is they were let go immediately after.
All right, Bock, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll break down the final segment and we'll give way to Jay Foreman and Austin Orman with Old School. One more segment left. Bock in the Black Shirt. We'll be right back.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
If you're tired of the dieting circuit paradox but still want to look, feel, and perform better, you need to get to Nutrition Authority and ask about our nutrition coaching featuring LifeBase. LifeBase takes a complex world of nutrition and makes it simple with real results that last. Stop in to learn more or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those 2 magical days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday, March 19th and 20th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday to get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it and stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their Contact Us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and chilly, the high near 28. Tonight, increasing cloud cover with a light breeze, a low around 11. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers, otherwise mainly cloudy and breezy, the high near 48. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Husker fans, baseball is back in Lincoln, and it's time to get your tickets to Nebraska baseball. Catch great matchups all season long as the Huskers take on some of the top teams in the Big Ten, including Indiana, USC, and Iowa. Plus, don't miss midweek action against in-state rival Creighton and regional matchups with Kansas and Kansas State. Bring the whole family. General admission tickets start at just $10 or grab reserved seats for $15. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action this season. Get your tickets today by visiting huskers.com/tickets or by calling 1-800-8-BIG-RED. Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors & Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right. Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt. All right, Bock, join the annual 93.7 The Ticket Bracket Challenge today by searching 93.7 The Ticket Bracket Challenge 2026. It is free to enter, and if you finish or are near the top when the champion is crowned in early April, you will win prizes from us here at 93.7 The Ticket. Compete against our 93.7 The Ticket host and earn bragging rights in the annual 93.7 The Ticket Bracket Challenge. Go to ESPN Bracket Challenge, search 93.7 The Ticket Bracket Challenge 2026. Join and win. Bob?
As simple as that, right?
Are you joining?
Oh, I will join again. We'll make our picks
But you
tomorrow.
can't win.
I can win.
You can't.
I can win prizes.
No, you can't.
No, I
For
can't.
me and Kenny,
Oh,
the wings.
Well, yeah, but at least you can compare yourself to me if you go out there and do that. You compare yourself to all of us. Terrell is, of course, hoping that he gets his good bracket. We started off the show talking about how an elite bracket, you have one of your three was absolutely elite last year, to see if you can kind of get that going again this year, maybe in the 93.7 The Ticket bracket challenge, because last year that one fell with outside of it.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about really studying that part, because my ticket bracket was bad last year, Bob. At first it was up there, but then it just went bad.
Yeah.
Not like my top one I had, but I already did my one of them. I'm going to really concentrate on the ticket one tonight. Not really study, but I'll go over it with you and Kenny tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll pick it while we're here.
Well, that's always the fun, too, is to go, is it paralysis by analysis, right? I do plan on going in and try to look at every matchup and see where I think there might be some upsets or something kind of brewing there. But it is, inevitably you're going to be wrong. It is tough to get all of this done right. And of course, nobody's going to be perfect. But the fun, too, is just to see how far you can get going into Thursday. Of course, last year and every year, usually you'll have somebody, a few people in the bracket challenge make it through Thursday unscathed to see how far they can make it into Friday. But a reminder too is, as long as you're champion now is still alive, you're going to have a chance there. Now, if you pick a champion that a lot of other teams, other brackets are going to choose, then it might be a little bit more of a long shot. But of course, if you choose a champion that is a little bit more of a long shot to begin with, then that's a long shot. So a lot of different strategies here. I absolutely love this time of the year. Just got my text from my buddy too that he's gonna put on his, and he's got a rule that I maybe shouldn't say on air but he told me it, so I think it's fair enough. He does a Yukon bracket every year, just to make sure, because Yukon has won like 6 titles since 1999. It's not a bad strategy. They're not always favored. Not necessarily the team that I would pick as a standalone this year. But even still, it's a pretty good strategy. So if you're a multiple bracket person, you might want to borrow that from my buddy there.
All right, Bob. They say anyone who hasn't had a chance to watch Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is in for a treat for the NCAA tournament. Have you seen this kid?
I have. I haven't watched too much of him, but I've seen the nicknames that he gets.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
Yeah,
he shoots threes and everything. He's got the little nice baby hook. I think he's played for Indiana State, ain't it, or something?
He did. I think he transferred to was it St. Louis.
Yeah. That was last year, but
Robbie Avila is his name.
Yeah.
But there's been talking, people have been waiting because he's a good ball player about what he would do eventually if he makes the NCAA tournament. Naturally, feels like he would be a story. Now his numbers are down here at St. Louis compared to Indiana State, at least compared to the last couple of years, I should say. He averages 12.9 points per game, almost 13 points per game. The previous couple of years, he's averaged 17 plus. So we'll have to see. I don't know necessarily what factors in there. Could just be the team makeup this year. the Pelicans have specifically some other players that can go out and play ball with them. He is the leading scorer, though, for St. Louis, so that'll be fun. He is, let's see if I can get his height and weight here. He's a center, 6'10", 240, and wears goggles out there, which is why people, why he's got the Cream Abdul-Jabbar nickname going for him, and certainly could have a moment again. And that's what's kind of fun is going through this is trying to see those moments out, right? You just look at some rosters and think this guy could be a story in March. Again, unfortunately for Nebraska, or maybe, I don't think it factors in one way too much or the other, is that Troy has as the Red Mamas, the brothers, both redheaded brothers that that could easily become a story if they get going. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Nebraska shuts that down right away. St. Louis, for what it's worth, in their first game, Robbie Avila, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like you're saying, will be playing Georgia in the first round, but a chance against Michigan there in the second round. If they can beat Georgia in the 8-9 game, that could definitely provide the moment for him.
All right, Buck. I thought I had something. I missed where I put it at.
Well, while you're looking, I did want to say at least acknowledge Thad Matta's retirement as well. Thad Matta, of course, a former Big Ten Coach of the Year, longtime coach at Ohio State. Absolutely incredible run at Ohio State, where from 2024 to 2017 had 20-plus win seasons in all but one. His final season there at Ohio State in 2016, 2017, he took some time off. And then came back to coaching with Butler in 2022, 2023. Things haven't gone great there. 87-77 overall, 16-16 this past season. They've been to the NIT and the CBC, but of course hasn't taken off the way that they'd wanted to. He has announced his retirement, though. Will stay and remain with Butler as a special assistant to the university president and athletic director. So, settling into a nice, comfy job there. But at 58 years old, deciding it's time to hang it up, at least at this time, for Butler, which is, I'm a little bit surprised he's only 58. He kind of, coaching can certainly age you, which is kind of what happened at Ohio State. I think that may have happened to him, but apparently that's what it says on his Wikipedia page, and Wikipedia never lies, as we all know.
Well, they just take so long to get the truth out.
No, I'm absolutely joking. There's always lies on Wikipedia.
All right, Mark, you seen the viral sensation of Peyton Manning's son going out? He's 14 years old, and they say he's 3 levels better than Arch already.
Oh, man, here we go again. Peyton Manning's son, this is?
Yeah, I think it's, yeah.
Well, fair enough. I mean, you can't ask for, it's got Marshall Manning.
Yeah.
Is what his name is, 14-year-old quarterback. I haven't seen the tapes, but I would not bet against it. I mean, while we can kind of all joke and talk about the Arch Manning hype, we're going to see if that comes to fruition. It was just a lot, at first for a young kid, but I mean, ended up being one of the better quarterbacks in the nation last year. And now Peyton Manning's son, you don't have to say anything more than that, even without him going on, and buzzing, becoming a social media buzz. One way or the other, you say Peyton Manning's son, I'm offering him on the spot. I think he's got an opportunity there. So we'll see. And then, of course, from there, it's always kind of fun to see if they follow in the footsteps of their father or, uncle, wherever you want to go. Of course, Ole Miss and Tennessee and now Texas in the mix for the Manning family. So we'll see if in a couple of years, I'm sure Marshall Manning will have some Heisman hype wherever he's going to be. Class of 2030, if you're looking down the line. Sounds like Georgia, Ohio State, and Tennessee are already showing interest.
Mark, I want to find that list. I'm going to try to find it tonight so we can go over it tomorrow. It's a list of who will be coaching these schools in 2030. and when I looked on it, it has some really interesting names.
Kirk Ferentz still at Iowa?
No, I think he's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
I think I'm trying to find it. I got a little list right here. I'm just gonna give you one example right quick.
A little preview.
It's not giving it. Hold on. John Summerall will be at Alabama.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a prediction.
Dan Mullen will be at Arkansas State.
They don't see much uphill for Dan Mullen, huh?
Rhett Lachelle. What's SMU head coach name?
Yeah, Rhett Lachey, I think.
He will be at Clemson.
Okay. See, I think his former OC there.
Yeah. Kenny Gutton will be at Colorado. Jed Fisher will be at Florida. Kellen Dillingham will be at Florida State. I don't see Nebraska yet. I have
Nebraska's
to wait.
not on the list.
Oh. Jake Decker, Dickert.
Oh, Jake Dicker.
Wake Forest head coach.
They've got him at Nebraska?
Yeah.
Okay. Could be. Yeah, you
It
never
says
know.
Mike Echo will be at Notre Dame.
A lot of predictions there.
Eli DeWitt will be at Oklahoma. Charlie Weiss Jr. will be at Ole Miss. Oh my God.
2030. That's when this little Manning's coming to class, right? That's when he's gonna be there.
93.7 The Ticket. Bock The Blackshirt. We will see you tomorrow for K-Dub Tuesday. Up next, Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, Old School.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with